Hello there YouTube, this is a video review of the Prime r.i.d vehicon and the Transformers Prime First Edition vehicon. Well, as you can see, the r.i.d one is a little bit smaller compared to the First Edition. But before we get into these, we'll take a look at the First Edition box. As you can see, it's just a picture of vehicon, First Edition written down there. Vehicon name right there, Transformers Prime, and of course the cardboard case is like right here, so that's also a little cool attachment. And on the back, you got a picture of Vehicon Cliff Jumper, which didn't even come out until the Transformers Prime First Editions got re-released. And then we have Bumblebee, which I've not seen yet, and you know, the picture of the product, and used to be watched on the hub, and I guess they got new boxes. And all the Autobot characters instead is freaking Cliff Jumper right there when he died in the first episode, and Bulkhead standing next to him, but you know, whatever. And I go put this in my closet. Alright, the thing about my Vehicon Cliff Jumper review, a little box mishap that the Vehicon Cliff Jumper says vehicon right there, so I guess I got a mistake box, which is I think is pretty cool, but you know, whatever. Okay, what you get with your vehicon: stand, instructions, but who uses instructions for Transformers anymore? Just put them in a box somewhere. And you know, the little cardboard stand you could put them up on. And so you just, you know, he kind of just chills up down the rock, but this one's down here like, oh, fuck you. And you know, just kind of put these instructions, well, I usually put the rest of them in a box. Okay, just put the stand over here, and as you can see, there's a complete big size difference between the two. This is kind of a video view of two figures, but yeah, definitely the First Edition is definitely bigger and better when it comes to vehicle form. And as you can see, First Edition has this giant gun sticking out, so you just take it off. They could both store it, but the First Edition definitely stores his better because you know it's just right under there, right there. These definitely remind me of the Batmobile, which is what, you know, a lot of reviewers say. And I honestly could say I agree with them. But it's cool, because as you can remember in the show, they had two guns coming out of their hood, but of course these only come with one. But they could both have their own little guns coming out of their hood. One down has it right there, and you could just, it just pegs in right there on the headlight. And you'd have little guns on them. But the thing with the First Edition gun, it is definitely smaller than Jet one. But this one, you could plug in right there, or right there, which I don't see why you would. So I just, you know, put it on the car there. So I guess we'll start the transformation off with the annoying one, the First Edition. So we'll just set this guy off to the side while he just chills on the First Edition stand while he's trying to feel like a badass. Okay, first what you want to do is, you know, remove the gun. Okay, next you're going to want to, same way I start with the r.i.d, get the two sides, fold the arms out like so. Be careful because you could break the tabs like that. You know, just fold the little back up. You know, that's usually how it usually goes. And you know, just go and kind of go and form the arms. You know, just fold that hand out. You know, just pull this out and fold that up. Fold the windshield down. Do the same to the other side. And there you have his arms right there. And what's annoying, which, oh yeah, pull the hood up and fold it down, and that's pretty much his entire back right here. Annoying about every other Transformer, when you have to twist, like try to maneuver everything around the back. You gotta move the arms and the legs with it, because that's kind of confusing because you could kind of move them separately, and I kind of got confused when I first got this. Okay, next you're gonna want to do is get his legs right here, fold them down, and fold them down again in two separate different ways. It could be a little bit confusing if you're watching, yes. And then you get his little back tie right here, move it out of the way. Then you pull the bottom of that down. Then you fold the foot out. You give him like some type of high heels, and then you can fold his wheel back to put in the correct robot mode, and that is how you get his foot right there. And then, you know, we're just gonna do the same to us. I'm not gonna bother going through it slow. There's that. Fold, you know, of course, fold the knees back out so it could have more of like a knee look to it. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Next, this is his chest. You're gonna want to fold out this tab in here, and there you have his chest out. And then, you know, just fold it over his head. His head will be sticking out. But I messed up on something. You're supposed to put his arms up like this, and then fold the chest down. Okay, now I just pretty much straighten everything up, of course. And here you have the first edition vehicon. Okay, now what a lot of reviewers say about the first edition vehicon is that it's really good, but the r.i.d is definitely better. But if you're like a really big collector and you're near your Toys R Us and you got bored and you wanted a new figure on your collection, then I would recommend this, because he is a really cool figure, and I'm trying to have a hard time standing him up. But he is definitely a cool figure. I recommend buying him if you're a collector such as me. But another thing you could do is, well, the gun can't look like the transforming thing on this arm because for some reason the hole right here is too big to fit it in, to peg it in. So just fold the windshield back up, fold the bottom of the door down, fold the hand in, and there's a little tab right here. You could see right there, and the little thing on the gun, and you just plug it in right here. Then you have a little armed cannon. And there's your first edition vehicon. He does have a little bit of back cable, but I do recommend him if you're a collector. You know, you can now get these at your local Toys R Us. And the only ones they have out right now is RC, Starscream, Terracon, Cliff Jumper, and you know, vehicons. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the r.i.d vehicon. You know, make him stand with greatness on his awesome, badass display stand. He's dead now. Okay, of course, in a way, a BFG, or assault rifle, however you want to put it, but you know, it's a gun he has on the show, just a little bit bigger. So, you know, car, same as that, except, you know, more, a little less under the back. Okay, same, just, you know, take the arms out. Just gonna go and fold the hands out right here. Do the same to the other side. Right there. You're just gonna fold this entire car down. You're gonna just go and fold his feet up. Right here. You know, spread his feet. I mean legs. Then, you know, just kind of fold it all up and just peg in the leg right there. And there you have his leg. And we're already halfway through this. Same to the other side. Got that leg finished. And then, you know, this is confusing to explain, but you'll get it as soon as you get your figure. Dun, dun, dun. It's awkward, isn't it? And see, they pretty much done, and you just pull this up and his head, you know, folds out on its own. Just, you know, put it back like that. And there you have your vehicon in robot mode. You know what, these guys don't stand well on carpet. And as you can see, they both have the same head sculpt, people say. Of course, this one, the first edition, has a lot more kibble, as people call it for some reason. But, you know, they both have the Decepticon symbol on the chest, both of them. You know, this one has a spoiler sticking out of his back, which I think is cool in a way. Well, what you could also do is you could leave it right, the tires up here. I could leave them right there for them to have like a little elbow type deal. I'll leave them down because it adds more texture to the arms. But yeah, this one had a little lighter shade of purple than this one. This one's very dark. He looks cooler, but this one's better. Cooler, better. Cooler, better. Badass. Better grade badass. But these are very good figures. I highly recommend them. But what you could do with the vehicon, you could just hold his gun normally. Which the first edition vehicon cannot hold his gun normally. Well, he can, but he doesn't hold it well. It kind of dangles around in his hand. But you know, he has like a, looks like a sniper rifle right now, like a little, not a sniper rifle, but you know, just like a rifle type deal. Or you can make him have the transformer gun by, you know, like folding in his hand, you know, just getting the tabs at the bottom of the gun and then just attaching it like that. There, his hand looks like a gun. But honestly, believe it or not, I prefer him to hold the gun like this. For once, I know people usually say, "Oh yeah, it looks more badass," but in his situation, I like him holding it like that. And after all that, that's pretty much enough said. So, pretty much, I would like to thank PR, MGO316, Optobotomist, Mike Mouse 74, Mitch Santona. Really good reviewers. If you're not subscribed to them, you should subscribe to them now, because they're the ones that made me want to make my own Transformers video reviews. So please comment, rate, and subscribe. I highly recommend these figures, and you should subscribe to all those reviews I just said.